I mean, it will be. We had a bit of a long wait at the start today, but we finally have some good matches here, and I'm excited for this one. Should be a lot of fun. Spawning in the upper left-hand corner of Gresvon, we have one of the best Protoss players, one of the most consistent professional StarCraft players, honestly, in the history of the game. This guy's been extremely good, very high level, very competitive Protoss player for like a decade now. It is Creator. His opponent, a bit more of an up-and-comer, but got some spicy builds up his sleeves and is a lot of fun to watch. And I hope he gives us some good matches today, some good games here. For K10, it's HonMonO. Looks like the barracks is at home. Creator, I'm guessing, has played HonMonO before, because checking for proxy Raxes is not something you necessarily do against everybody. And HonMonO is definitely the kind of person that'll proxy Rax you. So I do love that choice from Creator. The low ground gate is interesting. I feel like I saw another Protoss do this kind of opening against Terran on this map recently. And I don't know, I find it a little bit interesting of a choice. HonMonO going immediately for a reactor. Not going to be able to drop the CC on location. Oh, sorry. Close to location anyways. 2 more SCVs coming down. HonMonO's not messing around with this probe. Says, get out of here, probe. HonMonO even going to drop the bunker. There's no scout with this, so doesn't know exactly what's going on the other side of the map. Of course, it is just a very standard start Creator. Not generally somebody who would even go for like a really aggressive opening. Wouldn't even expect to see an aggressive macro play out of Creator. He generally stays very, very standard. That's one of the cool things I like about Creator is he's such like a standard player, but he is very excellent at it. He's kind of predictable, which is usually a detriment. But he's a very solid player. And again, he's one of those people that I pretty much always expect to make to like a round of 8 or a round of 4. Not often past that, which is kind of unfortunate. I'd love to see Creator take a championship, but it's just such an impressive feat, I think, to consistently get that far in tournaments. HonMonO opening up with a triple Barak situation here. A Hellion and a Widowmine coming out of this reactor factory. I feel like you rarely ever see 2 different units coming out of a reactor building like this. Starports are probably the most common, but I don't know, it's kind of funny. What are these creations in chat? Chat, you're losing it. Excuse me. It's usually me that's supposed to lose it, but it's you guys today. All right, what do we got here? Creator's got the Stargate, so Oracle heading across the map, following it up with Twilight Council. I'm guessing Blink? Yeah, there it is. Straight into Blink. There's no third base for Creator, and he's got a few gates. We could put a little pressure on with this, but I feel like he's just trying to play defensive against HonMonO. I feel like he doesn't really understand what HonMonO's going for. I actually love that the Oracle is staying home too, just in case there's a need for it to defend against Hellions or Widowmines or whatever. It's just chilling. Creator's like, I could go kill some SCVs, but not really worth it. Hellions do find the Adept in the middle of the map. Take her down. It looks like HonMonO's got a big push plan, though. There's a big 2-base push. Stim is on the way. +1 started up, and then as soon as Stim is done, combat shields will pop up It's going to be a lot of Marines and a handful of siege tanks. There's not even a starport started. The Oracle is going to get the scout now, and the lack of starport is a big tell here. No scout on the NG Bay, although the Oracle might still be able to spot that. Oh! Well, that Oracle successfully damaged a bunch of SCVs. But down it goes to the Widow Mine. That does really limit creator scouting. It's going to be a little bit harder to know exactly what's coming again. Not scouting the engineering bay is a little bit rough. Didn't get a huge scout of the base, so there could be a starport hiding over in the corner somewhere, but it's pretty unlikely, and I think creator does have a good gist of what's coming up. There's that third base finished up. I feel like earlier I said there's no third, and I'm wondering now if I was lying to you and there's a third on the way. I feel like that's something that could definitely have happened, but we're just going to move right past that and pretend like I always know what I'm talking about. All right, it's time for HonMonO to push out. Stim is done. The Stalkers have to be a little bit worried. Also, tanks have quite a bit of range. I feel like HonMonO's got to keep pushing here. There is no follow-up to this right now. Of course, he can put down a Stargate, or a starport rather. He can put down a third base. But the time being, neither of those things are happening. So, yeah, and here's the real move. The creator's going to get the scout on this, and that is hugely important. He needs to see that the SCVs are getting pulled. Some reinforcement Marines might get caught by the Stalkers here. But they do have a bunker to run back to. And those Stalkers need to be at home. Charge is just about to finish. Ooh, with the Marines and the tanks kind of on the opposite side here. That might end up working out pretty well for HonMonO. Force fields are honestly not great. I'll be honest with you. There's a shield battery down here, but HonMonO's going to try to find a nice spot for these siege tanks. Oh, and the Zealots are not charging in very well. This push is feeling like it could get some damage on Stalkers trying to move forward. There's a nice split on Creator's army, but does he have enough here? This pylon's about to go down. No more Warpins at the front. There's a Warp Prism back here, though. That'll help out quite a bit. HonMonO going to drop some engineering bays just to try to buy time for those Zealots to come through. Creator's being very, very patient. It's exactly what he needs to do. Picking off these reinforcement Marines without losing anything on this side. Still has a few units that could come in from the back, but the Natural is in a lot of trouble right now. HonMonO lost a lot. Oh my god. The Stalkers are actually dying over here. Only one lives. HonMonO starting to worry for Creator. But I love Creator's patience, because every time these units stim, every time these units fight, a lot goes down, and they lose a lot of hit points. A lot of Marines have died for basically nothing. But there's still a lot of army here for HonMonO. And while he brought a lot of SCVs, he still has mules back at home he can drop. He actually has a lot of mules. I'd love to see him drop, as he just pulled a bunch more workers. Third base is now under assault. Creator's got a nice little Archon drop here, just trying to take advantage of some of these SCVs. Let the Marines move down. Shield battery going to get depowered. Ooh, Creator's going to try to flank. There is a bunker here, though, and oh, that's the full wall. That's going to make the flank so much more difficult. But Creator's going to be hitting from 3 sides. Is there enough here to bust this? The bunker actually takes a little bit of damage from that friendly fire. And here he comes. Creator just going to try to break on through. The bunker goes down. The tanks are starting to fall. They're getting jumped on. There's only a few Marines left. And it's not going to be enough for HonMonO. Creator holds on. And despite losing a base, I think it's still quite a bit ahead. 42 to 28 workers. HonMonO pulls back. There's that Mule Hammer, but it might be a little bit late here. He doesn't really have much production. There's no third CC. Actually has kind of way too much gas right now. And HonMonO might be able to hold a counterattack if Creator goes right away. But if Creator just takes a base and kind of chills, I feel like he's going to end up just being so far ahead. It's going to be a tough pullback here for HonMonO. That cleanup was really clean. I actually wonder if trying to continue pushing into the main couldn't have been a better option. Get the tanks set up here, do like a wall on this side, and then just push up into the main with the Marines. But the real damage, the real hard thing there for HonMonO was the damage was all permanent. The lack of a starport. I do wonder if putting a starport down as you leave might be worth it to try to get those medevacs out. So if you do get that initial damage done, then you have a follow-up. The Marines can start to live. They can start to trade more cost efficiently. So many Marines died just because they kept losing health, and eventually didn't take much for the Zealots or Stalkers to kill them. The Storm follow-up here for Creator is so good. Storm's going to be impossible for HonMonO to deal with for a while. He does have a Ghost Academy, but still just, I feel like, isn't going to have much out to deal with that. However, the third CC is almost done, and Creator's Nexus went down very late. I feel like Creator could have just put down a Nexus right away. HonMonO, in the meantime, also got +1 armor. And I feel like his army's starting to get pretty sizable right now. If he gets some Ghosts out and gets some EMPs down on the Archons and the High Templar, the follow-up push here could be really strong. Ooh, you know what? It's a good call from Twitch chat, Senju. Didn't drop the mules earlier in case DTs were the option that Creator went for to defend. I think that's a smart call. I wouldn't have thought of that. That's why HonMonO is a much better player than me. That's one of the many reasons HonMonO is a much better player than me. Drop to the north side here. HonMonO gonna pick off the spotter pylon. Might be able to grab the Zealot. It looks like Creator wants to put some pressure on. Has a good bit more army supply than HonMonO. Oh, there is a Widow Mine in the main and some turrets going up. So Creator's got to be very careful with that War Prism. But it looks like the main is not the play. Instead, going to drop these High Templar out for some Storms. Do see an EMP go down, but the Storm gets out first. Good splits from HonMonO, though. And actually, these Storms not really getting much damage done. Doing a little bit of damage to a few Marines, but I think HonMonO's still pretty well set up here. Creator decides, nope, gotta back up. Army's a little too good over there for the Terran. But look at this. HonMonO has caught back up in the worker count. And I feel like this is kind of a failure on Creator's part. I think Creator underestimated HonMonO's macro ability off the back of that. He was down a lot of workers, but because his third base started up at like a little bit earlier than Creator's even, and he just kept building SCVs, he's even now on workers. The Ghosts are out, which means he's even on tech. He's ahead on upgrades. I don't hate HonMonO's position here. Now, that being said, we're in an even macro game, and HonMonO's up against Creator. That's not really ideally where you want to be. Creator's a very, very good player. But, I mean, I feel like HonMonO can't be sad about this. A couple of nice feedbacks there. Those are pretty cute. They just take the energy away from the Ghosts, which doesn't do like a ton, but it's better than nothing. Creator going into double Colossi production, though, and I imagine it'll be Disruptors to follow that up. And I feel like that's where it gets really difficult for HonMonO to play against. It's really difficult for any Terran to play against. As those Disruptors come out, only really the top Terrans can consistently split against them and handle them in what seems like the most beautiful way. Whoa, we might have a weird engagement here. I don't think Creator's ready for it, but I don't think HonMonO's ready for it either. He goes for a big stim. He gets a nice set of EMPs. The Storms do hold HonMonO back a little bit, but I think HonMonO got a good start to that trade. Juicy Storm, though. A couple of Vikings are out to try to push that Prism away. Man, this army is actually really hurt. I think it's stimmed twice, and some of these units got stormed. Medevac's really working overtime as more Vikings are just on the way. HonMonO going to grab a fourth. Creators is already up and running, but worker count's still even. I can't believe Creators only on 60 workers, but I guess because of how long the main and third have been mining, we're actually 15 minutes into this game. So it feels like an earlier stage of the game. It's really not. HonMonO's army is looking kind of terrifying, I'll be honest. And because both players are on such low worker counts, the armies are going to be huge. They're going to be very large armies. I like that Creator isn't just filling in the gaps by warping in more units. Those units aren't quite as cost efficient, and instead Creator's spending the rest of his money on getting out better units, disruptors, getting these upgrades, DT Blink. If it comes down to it and he just needs the units right away, he can always just warp those in. But in the meantime, trying to build up a stronger army here. Could see a cheeky storm out of Creator. Going to try to hit these Vikings. Tiki wants to wait for HonMonO to push down. Oops, Gun feedbacks. A nice little Disruptor Nova. Takes out a couple of ghosts. The Observer here is so crucial for Creator, just spotting absolutely everything that HonMonO is doing. It's weird because Creator is green in his vision, but also HonMonO is green in his vision. I don't really know how that makes sense. I kind of love the Disruptor Nova being lobbed just out into nowhere. Just in case the army happens to be there. I wouldn't hate to see HonMonO get into some Liberators. It looks like a DT might have been gone, taken down. Yeah, 3 DTs try to come in, but the bunker, the tank, and the ghost reinforcements doing a good job here. Zelt's gonna try to run by. I love the little bunker at the third. Command center takes some friendly fire damage by accident, because I think he clicked on that instead of just clicking in the area. Creator is now getting into carriers. Doesn't have a lot of empty supply to build carriers. Actually, Chrono boosted an empty Stargate because he's got 1 supply too many to start that second carrier. I don't know how many carriers he's going to end up wanting. Looks like he's going to try to push up. HonMonO is, for some reason, nowhere near this. And instead of pulling back to defend, is just letting this third base die. Going to pull the SCVs back. I mean, Creator can keep pushing, but HonMonO's on the other side of the map. He's going to go for the base trade. This is such a weird choice. I don't know if there's an observer with this. The Widowmine could just keep getting kills. I say as there's clearly an observer and it dies. HonMonO is going to take down the natural. Both players clearing bases. The carrier just barely doesn't get out. This carrier, oh my god, that storm was insane on the ramp. Absolutely massive storm. Oof, another big one there on top of HonMonO's army. He's losing a lot of units to these storms, and a lot of these units are very low, so as the Zealots come in, they're going to just be able to finish off some of these units. Oh no, the friendly fire Widow Mines as well. Bit of a weird engagement right now from Creator, though. Sends 2 Colossi up to die, and they will both go down. The carrier did pop out, but it died immediately to the 3-2 bio. HonMonO does have some units in his base wreaking havoc, though, killing stuff. I feel like he's not dealing with this engagement very well. You got some juicy storms at the beginning. Storm going down. It's a nice one. Couple of Disruptor Novas coming out. HonMonO with the good splits. There's another one. Oh, look at that hot pickup. Very good hot pickup. God, the supplies are actually so close. HonMonO still has more army. Both players still have quite a bit of mining. Oh my god, these Widow Mines just got huge hits. A couple couple medevacs go down to the Stalkers. They didn't seem to have their boost available, but now this base is in some trouble. Shield battery's getting targeted down here. Oh, the pylon goes down. Creator going to try to come down and defend it, but doesn't have a lot of units right now. Again, HonMonO's army supply is pretty damn big, and he's made it this very weird game. A boost back into the main base. There is a carrier here. Is there enough? Are there enough Marines actually to fight this? Now there's literally 3 Marines, a Ghost, and now a Viking. So I don't know. Creator's Air Army might actually just be able to win this fight. But I think HonMonO has gotten enough damage done. He's trading with the Stalkers. I love the target fire on the Stalkers. He's still got quite a few units across the map. The army supply is still in the Terran's favor. He's got this base up, but it's not really doing anything. This one's mining, and this one finally going to get mining. HonMonO sending some SCVs over to it. Creator has remade workers like a madman, and he is up to 62. He's been chronoing out probes over on this side, it looks like. He's going to hit. This is already a planetary. HonMonO's going to hit down here. The base trade is not over yet. Creator needs to be really careful, though. Widow Mines are actually such a great call here. I would love to see HonMonO build a few more of them just to have them around. They're getting some great hits. Creator is not super focused because of the way base trades work. You can't really always be watching your army to try to see those Widow Mine burrow positions. Very nice EMP, and not a lot of units to follow it up, though, and HonMonO's base is once again under assault. That being said, Creator just lost a lot of the production he was trying to remake over at this base. So neither player is going to have a ton of production to really work with. HonMonO down to 30 workers. Oh, CC goes down. But he does still have 2 mining bases. Creator's down to 1 mining base. There is a recall available. It's an overcharge that was used recently. So no overcharge here means these cannons will die very quickly. Oh my god, the medevacs though, and there's no scans. The orbitals were all killed. There's no scans available. HonMonO is stimmed like crazy. He's way overstimmed these units. He only has 1 medevac. This poor medevac is just doing its best to keep these units healed. There's the scan. Oh, but the blink away Creator. Damn. These units all just insanely low. Creator wants to try to fight this, but he can't do it. Looks like there is a scan. There's also a turret here. Sick EMP on the army, to be honest with you. Oh, Disruptor Novas, though, and a lot of these units can't stim. They can't outrun this. The carrier might be a little too much. There's not enough Marines left for HonMonO right now. And Creator's getting on top of the production once again. The attempt at remaking this production just not quite working. Creator still has a mining base. Oh man, these Widow Mines look like they got some damage done, but this Widow Mine in the meantime is getting some sick damage done. Creator will take it out finally. Disruptor's down a little bit of hit points though. HonMonO just building units from wherever he can. I don't think he has a factory anymore, so no starport is even able to be built. No medevacs is actually the story of this game. This game is insane, guys. This is game 1. HonMonO is making Creator work so hard for this. I do think Creator is in a significantly better spot, though. He still has most of his tech left alive, including a Templar Archives. He's still got 2 Stargates, Cybercore, Dark Shrine. He's still got a Forge and a Twilight Council. I mean, everything Creator needs is up. HonMonO has like some barracks and a Ghost Academy right now, and Ghosts are good, but they don't stim and they don't split very well against Disruptors. They are pretty good against this army though. Like, all things considered, other than the 2-3 Disruptors that we have here, I feel like Ghosts actually kind of demolished this army. Oh, jeez. HonMonO's going to go for another counterattack. He is insane. Oh, Widow Mine not going to get the connection this time. Creator's paying attention. I mean, this base might die. There's a lot of Marines. They've got +3 attack. Probe's going to get targeted down here. But Creator's like, all right, I'm going to go in on the base then. Repair is a little late for that base. And yeah, Creator's going to lose another Nexus. We're going to have to see another stim from these Marines if they want to fight the Stalkers. But the Stalkers just blink away. Woo! Prism gets very low, but a great pullback from Creator. Drops out the High Templar. Storms the Marines. He will clean up the rest of this army. And I think Creator's just got too much here. He still has the Robo and the Robo Bay. Well, I guess he remade them. So he can build more Disruptors. He could build a couple Colossi. HonMonO's just desperately trying to get a few Marines and Marauders out. He still has some decent mining on 22 SCVs, but I just don't think it's going to be enough here for HonMonO to pull back in this game. He's down to half the army supply of Creator. Creator doesn't have a lot of mining, but he's got the army. The repair is good, but +3 attack Stalkers are better. And it looks like as that base goes down, there's just not enough left for HonMonO. He's getting stormed to death. DT's finishing these units off. And yeah, that's pretty much that. HonMonO is fighting with everything he's got. He knows Creator's army is better, but he's kind of hoping that he can get enough damage done to like maybe make the base trade interesting again. I just don't think it's gonna happen. It looks like Creator is putting the finishing touches on this, killing a lot of this production. He's gonna kill the last orbital command. So it's just gonna be down to 1 planetary for HonMonO, which means no scans, which means the DTs become infinitely stronger without any sort of detection out on the map. And HonMonO's just going to tap out as the DTs clean up the last of that bio. Creator gets game number 1, but man, that is 25 minutes of back and forth TVT. Actually, TVP, excuse me. Words are hard. Actually insane. Sorry, I was trying to make sure we can get into this lobby. Waiting for the next lobby. I don't want to miss it. We've missed too many today. It seems that Erebus sadly fell to Cyan. Welcome back though, Erebus. Playing more StarCraft. It's good to see people come back to StarCraft. Canceling his own pool in game 1. Rest in pepperonis. We all been there. All right, we're into game 2. Going to Dragon Scales. God, I hope game 2 is as juicy as game 1. I have a feeling it's not going to be, but that game 1 was really good. The first push from HonMonO did way more than I think Creator expected it to. And from there on, HonMonO was like solidly even with Creator. And we got into crazy base trade world. It was just beautiful. It's just beautiful. What can I say? Well, let's hop into game 2 and see where we go from here. Spawning in the upper left-hand corner of Dragon Scales, we've got the red Protoss player representing Team NV, which I don't think fully exists anymore, but you know what? We still love him. It is Creator. His one in the lower right-hand corner representing K10. Recently joined that team. It is the wild and crazy Terran, HonMonO. It's cool to see HonMonO like really make Creator work for it like that. HonMonO's been quite strong for a while, but it's tough when you play against a player like Creator, right? He's just so good. Even though HonMonO's like a solid GM Terran player, you know? Very good at the game. Takes games and series off of a lot of people. It's hard to make it look close against Creator. And genuinely, HonMonO was ahead for good portions of that game. And it was, a lot of it comes down to weird decision making that ended up going Creator's way. But also I think it showed Creator's experience, right? He got into a base trade. He didn't panic. He knew what he wanted to do. He was taking down production. He was playing carefully. He was building the DTs and just trying to send them in, chip away at the armies. Played very, very well. And I think Creator put himself in a good position once that base trade started. Marine has a job to do, and that job is to hunt down and kill that probe. Poor probe got trapped in the base. Florencio, thank you so much for the raid, my friend. We have ourselves a little Protoss versus Terran action going on right now in the ESL Open Cup. Hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful day. I hope the Nightmare campaign is going well for you, Flo. It was fun watching you play some of that last night. But HonMonO, so any of you guys who are fresh into the series here, into the channel, HonMonO put up a very good fight last game against Creator, and it looks like he's doing the exact same build again. It does worry me a little bit. I hope he has a slight variation on it, so it's not just the same thing. But we'll see exactly what happens here. Now, last game was a Stargate opener, so the Oracle was able to get a really nice scout on everything HonMonO was doing, or most of it. It did go down, but it got a decent scout for Creator. So it looks like this game's going to be an Observer Scout. If HonMonO's really paying attention, he might be able to get the kill, but it's going to be a little bit tough. Oh, these cute little Marines moving out. We're going into another gateway. No Robo Bay, though. I'm a little surprised by that. Just going in for 3 gate, getting an Immortal out. Kind of a safety Immortal. Actually, 2 Hellions are here to join up with these Marines, but the shield battery actually pushes them away. This Creator's going to have a little too much support with that shield battery. It is 4 Hellions on the map, though, so HonMonO has changed up. Already, this is different than Game 1. Game 1, it was an Oracle and 3 Hellions. But it looks like the Observer is going to be able to come in, get the scout, and see that this is, in fact, so far, pretty much the exact same build.
Let our enemy know our fury.
Our enemy know our fury. Yeah, all right. Okay. You show them that fury there, Creator.
Oh man, Chickenman.
Look how there's lightning under here. It's kind of cute. Diesel max power. 59 months, Diesel. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. What passion. What support. What longevity. The longest of longevity. Thanks, Diesel. I hope you're doing well, buddy. I hope life is good. Ooh, Creator's gonna put some pressure on here. Handful of gateway units. There are 3 gates out. The Robo Bay is done, so there's a follow-up to this as well, but Creator's trying to hit before HonMonO's really ready, and HonMonO got to get up to the main and get this tank sieged up. He does have it sieged up on the ramp. That's not a terrible spot for it. The second one I feel like wants to get a little bit closer, perhaps. SCVs might have to get pulled here. Stim is... Oh, Stim is actually done. Oh my god. Stim is done. Get out of here right now, Creator. HonMonO's not going to stim. He's playing it very, very carefully. He does get a kill on a handful of those gateway units, though. I feel like that actually worked out pretty well for HonMonO. Creator ended up trapped in the corner a little bit, trying to airlift those units out piece by piece. Thankfully, his excellent micro. I know if I tried to do that, everything would have died, including the prism. But I think what Creator's trying to do is take advantage of the lack of a starport. With no Vikings out, holding on to a Colossus drop becomes so difficult. We'll see if HonMonO is able to push this prism away with the Marines, but as I say that, the Marines leave. I feel like Creator needs this Colossus back at home. He might be able to get a couple of SCV kills here, but he needs to just like, go home with this. Oh man, like this is so much army supply now here. He's spotting this move out now. Oh, there's a couple Marines gonna try to push this prism away. Oh my God, Creator, please. Woo-hoo-hoo, that prism. No shields left. Good force fields here, but HonMonO's gonna get the siege up on the low ground, trying desperately to get the Marines and the SCVs up to the high ground. Creator just buying time. Has an overcharge available for one of these shield batteries, but it looks like the other one has been shut down. This one could just get targeted down. HonMonO's gonna keep on pushing. The Colossus in the meantime has 9 kills. It dropped on top of the siege tank. A few Zealots warped in, and this Colossus is making sure HonMonO just does not have any follow-up. This is actually kind of insane. HonMonO just leaving with the SCVs. No! Creator! No! The Colossus dies to a turret! Oh no, Creator focusing on the defense a little bit. There's a command center going down on this side of the map. HonMonO knows it's base trade time, and I'm base trading in your face trading. This is actually beautiful. Now, HonMonO still has these 2 orbitals. I actually can't believe it. This is insane. Creator recalls, forces a cancel on that CC. The cheese spray from HonMonO. This is insane. HonMonO has 13 SCVs right now, and he's way down on army supply. I think Creator is actually, oh my God, he doesn't drop the force field. Creator almost just straight up lost everything in the main. Fortunately, HonMonO isn't insane enough. No, the probes isn't insane enough to stim up the ramp. Creator's just got the Zealots over here doing damage. Just 4 of them. It's really not much of a commitment, stopping HonMonO from doing anything on that side of the map. And, I mean, I feel like it's only a matter of time before Creator just has too much for HonMonO to fight. He's going to have the big flank here in a moment. And, I think Creator's got game 2. But, man, it was a crazy one once again. I can't believe that Colossus died to a turret on the other side of the map. That is wild. Oh, Creator's closing in. He's closing in. He's got a disruptor from the high ground. He's going to send the Nova down. He's going to miss. All right, anticlimactic. Why you got to do that to me, Creator? I think it might be time. Creator just doesn't want to, like, accidentally underestimate this and die. But at this point, he's at over triple the army supply of his opponent. The Zealots have stopped anything from happening in HonMonO's base. There's only 6 SCVs left, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, 5 of them are over here. And the 6th one is chilling next to this gas right now. HonMonO's just going to tap out. He realizes what's happening here. He was waiting for Creator to pounce on him, but he's like, all right, you took him too long. I'm going to go play some ladder games.